Mammon, also known as the Prince of Greed, is one of the 7 princes of hell. He is featured in The Inheritance, a horror movie revolving around a wealthy family's reunion at their patriarch's mansion. He embodies greed, avarice, wealth, abundance, prosperity, and injustice. Unlike the demon Paimon featured in the movie Hereditary, Mammon is not directly featured in the Ars Goetia, but does appear in various medieval literature. So, Mammon is a canon demon, so to speak. He is referenced in the New Testament, where Jesus speaks about the impossibility of serving both God and Mammon. Mammon's personality is deeply linked to his representation of insatiable greed. He uses charm and deceit to manipulate humans. Created by God at the beginning of time, Mammon was enthralled by heaven's golden pavement. He joined Lucifer's rebellion, enticed by the promise of endless riches, but was defeated by Raphael and banished to hell. There, he identified valuable materials and helped build Pandemonium, securing his title as Prince of Greed. He plays a significant role in the movie The Inheritance. The story begins with billionaire Charles Abernathy, who, on the eve of his 75th birthday, invites his estranged children to his estate. Charles' children include Drew, who brings along his wife Hannah, media mogul twins CJ and Madeline, and Cammy, a social media influencer. Charles informs them that someone is coming to kill him that night, and that if he dies, they will lose their inheritance, which will be donated to the Abernathy Foundation. Charles' announcement sets the stage for a night of horror and escalating terror. The family is skeptical about Charles' claims, divided between believing he is paranoid and thinking there might be some truth to his fears. The mansion, with its eerie, opulent Victorian-era design, is a fitting backdrop for the unfolding drama. As the night progresses, the house gets locked from the inside, trapping everyone until the next morning. The tension mounts when Cammy, the first to encounter the supernatural entity, dies a gruesome death by drowning in the pool, her body later found with strange markings. This event triggers a series of horrifying incidents that make the family's worst fears come true. CJ and Madeline lock Drew and Hannah in a vault to eliminate them as suspects. Later, CJ and Madeline hear knocking sounds in the hallway. They both witness a strange shadow appear on the wall. In a sudden attack, Madeline is lifted and then dragged by an unseen force. CJ runs after her and finds a demonic entity that has possessed Cammy's body, pinning Madeline down. CJ, in a moment of confusion and terror, shoots at the entity, only to realize he has shot Madeline. Madeline dies, and CJ becomes the next target. After opening the vault and releasing Drew and Hannah, CJ explains how the demon killed Madeline. As they search for answers, they find a mysterious room with a collection of sinister objects and a key linked to Milton's Paradise Lost. This discovery reveals that Charles has trapped them in the house as part of a sinister plan connected to occult and satanic rituals. While investigating, they hear CJ scream. The demonic presence attacks him, throwing him down the stairs. The entity then sucks the life out of him, leaving him dead by the time Drew and Hannah arrive. Drew and Hannah realize the gravity of their situation and the true nature of Charles's deal with the demon Mammon. Charles, who is desperate to extend his life, confesses to Drew and Hannah that he sold his soul to Mammon in exchange for his wealth and longevity.
Oh my God. I've never seen anything like it. Doctor, what is it, Doctor?
I'm fine. Get the t-shirt.
To avoid losing his soul to the demon, Charles must sacrifice his entire bloodline, making him the last Abernathy alive. This revelation sets off a deadly chain of events. Charles shoots Drew, killing him, and furthering his goal of eliminating his bloodline. He then tries to kill Hannah, even though she is not an Abernathy by blood, but a witness. Charles' shot injures Hannah's left arm. Hannah manages to escape, trying to stay alive as Charles pursues her. Hannah finds the shotgun CJ had used earlier. She manages to shoot Charles, and he is trapped under the grandfather clock. Hannah reveals that she is pregnant with Drew's child making her unborn baby the last Abernathy. She opens a gift Drew had brought for Charles, showing an ultrasound image to prove her pregnancy. This revelation means Charles must kill Hannah to complete the sacrifice and seal the deal with Mammon. However, time is running out for Charles. As the clock strikes, the demon Mammon appears, crawling on Charles, moving towards his face. A horrifying scene unfolds as Charles is consumed by the demon on his 75th birthday. With Charles dead, the doors of the mansion unlock, and the nightmare seemingly ends. Hannah, now the sole survivor along with her unborn child, leaves the mansion as the sun rises. She doesn't seem to care about the fact that she is fleeing a crime scene and is the prime suspect. She gets into a random SUV and waits for the driver to take her home, signaling the end of the horrific ordeal. Critically, The Inheritance received mixed reviews. Some viewers appreciated the setting and performances, praising the atmosphere of the Victorian mansion and the film's efficient pacing. The ending, which provided a satisfying resolution, was also highlighted as a positive aspect. However, many critics found the film predictable and criticized its lack of originality. They noted that the plot developments were obvious from the start, and that the characters were bland and one-dimensional. Some reviews were particularly harsh, calling out the film for its poor writing, lackluster script, and subpar acting. Comparisons were made to other works in the genre, such as The Fall of the House of Usher and Ready or Not, with some reviewers stating that The Inheritance failed to live up to the standards set by these films. Mammon, whose name in Hebrew means money and in Aramaic means wealth, has several intriguing rumors surrounding him. He has a particular fondness for cats, adopting those killed during witch hunts. Crows and magpies are sacred to him. Interestingly, he is rumored to fear the word debt. Mammon's palace in Pandemonium is said to be worth a third of Hell's treasury. Some legends suggest that he created capitalism, with over 75% of capitalists supposedly ending up in the circle of greed in Hell, giving credence to this rumor. Additionally, deities like Demeter, Artemis, and Athena claim that Mammon has influence in every bank on Earth. Lastly, Mammon has appropriated the name of Plutus, the god of wealth, for his own purposes. So there you have it, an introduction to the demon Mammon. If you have any demon or creature requests, please leave a comment below. And consider subscribing for more horror content like this. Also, check out the I'm Fine t-shirt in our store, the perfect gift for sci-fi fans. Until next time.